Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hump Day. Do they still do that? Married at First Sight, season 13, episode 7. Ooh, I just have so much content I want to talk about. But in this video, I want to talk about ladies, please do not choose a husband like Gil, right? Don't you choose to marry no man like Gil. Of course, if you're like a Rachel or a Brett, that's you. Okay, you do what you do over there. But see, over here at the church, I want to get married too. We don't really have those type of people with those kind of mindset and mentality over here. Do you guys, one of my favorite parables in the Bible is the parable of the master giving his servants 5 talents, 2 talents, 1 talent, and going away in a distant land. And when he came back, the man with the 5 talents said, I have gained 5 more talents. The one with the 2 talents said, I have gained 2 more talents. Guess what the one with the 1 talent did? Oh, he said, oh, I buried your talent. I know how hard you work, so I buried it. And Jesus said, take the one from the 1 talent and give it to the man with the 10 talent. And then he said, you know how hard I work, you should have at least put it in the bank and grown some interest on it. Do you know what the difference is between people, most, not all, most people who are rich and most people who are poor? Mentality. It's all about mentality. Then Jesus goes on to say, the rich will be richer and the poor will be poor. And I know so many people that is mad at the concept or the thought or the idea that Jesus said rich is going to be richer, poor is going to be poorer. Why don't they take from the rich and give it to the poor? Absolutely not. Do you know why? It's all about your mentality. Do you know that most people who win the lottery is broke in 5 to 7 years? Please tell me how. You spend millions of dollars, you blow through millions of dollars in 5 to 7 years. Mentality. Gil being a dusty is not about how much he makes. It's all about 1, 2, 3, 4. His mentality, right? It has nothing to do with how much someone make. Though you have to decide, ladies, is that somebody you want to marry? One of the sisters left a comment. I'm gonna come back and do because a few comments I want to read that was so powerful. Right? Everybody do not have the capacity to earn 6 figures. You just don't have that capacity. I think I've shared when I got out of college, the job that I was supposed to get, which is the job I have now, the application had closed, and in order for you to apply, you had to have your bachelor's degree, the bachelor's degree, and I didn't have it yet. And so the application process had closed. And so I couldn't get the job. It was going to take 3 years to reopen, right? And so I took the first job that I was offered was 30,000. When I got to the place to interview, the job was gone. They said, "Oh well, we have something that was 18,900 something." But I took it because I had to take care of Lexi and provide for Lexi. While I was in school, I was doing work study, and I've been with them forever. So when I graduated college, I was earning $12 an hour. Can you imagine $12 an hour? And minimum wage today in 2021 is $7 something. Anyways, I took it because I knew. In about 2.5 years, the application was going to be open and I could reapply. So I worked there. I was faithful. I took the job as a 18,000, and then I got a little an assistant manager's position paying 23,000. And then I was doing secret shopping because I was, I could carry Lexi along with me. I don't like to leave my kids, okay? And so I knew it was only a moment of time before the application process opened. And sure enough, 2.5 years, they opened. I applied in October. No, I applied in the summer. I took the test in October. I prayed. I believe God. They said, oh, you get your test results. Then they're gonna call you, and they didn't call me. And I remember calling. I have it in my journal. I have it in this journal. I remember calling, and I spoke to this beautiful young lady who is they call each office has technicians. She's still my technician today. I love her to life. Every time I see her, I give her a big hug. I said, oh, I applied, I fill in my application and so on and so forth, and I didn't get a letter of my start date. She said, tell me your name. She went, she checked, she said, Miss Hilton Thompson. Miss Hilton, can you start next week? I said, oh no, I need to give my present employer the 2 weeks notice. She said, okay, start. You could come in March 20th. And sure enough, gave them my 2 week notice because, if I didn't work out, I had to go back there. And so I've been there 15 going on 16 years. Now, I knew people I went to school with that they didn't, high school, they did not equip themselves to have the capacity to increase their earning potential. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Earning potential. And so, ladies, when you choose a husband, you need to think things through carefully. Shout out to Auntie's advice. Thank you. About 4 or 5 of y'all send me Auntie's videos. It says Auntie is saying the same thing that I'm saying. See, Auntie is a mature woman. I haven't listened in a while. I've been just so busy. Mature woman. What the Bible says, the older woman teach the younger woman. And hello, ladies, if you're 40 and over, you're considered an older woman according to the Bible because you're generations 20 years. Shout out to Auntie's advice. Y'all need to go listen to Auntie's advice about Dusty Gill. It's not about his income. Somebody tag me on Facebook. Oh, not because he make 36 that mean he's a Dusty. No, that's not why the Dusty is. It's your mentality. It's the broke mentality. It's walking in Merla's apartment having issue with her spending her money. It's her saying the apartment that they rent you for your this time the expiration is too much for you. It's you wanting her to decrease her lifestyle to fit you because you don't have that capacity, that earning potential, earning capacity. It's you saying, oh, being a firefighter, I'm not bougie. Oh, so people who make good money are bougie. It's him calling her princess. It's him being Gil is verbally abusive to Merla. And she's just laughing it off. But I'm waiting for her to turn the tide. Ladies, is you paying attention to how a man speaks to you and about you? He said him being a firefighter, I'm not bougie. So it was a little amazed about how much she spent in a year on stuff, on shoes. Her money that she is maintaining her lifestyle. In all fairness, Gil asked for somebody who was high maintenance. Why? He knew he didn't have the capacity for a high maintenance woman. He knew he was going to bring her to the stinky apartment in the one room, stinky apartment. In all fairness to Merla, she asked for a man whose income was comparable, capacity, and whose lifestyle is comparable, capacity. See, Gil is the type of guy that will have you staying in the Roachmobile Motel for $19.99. And Merla is the type of girl that's going to, like me, I will spend $300 to stay in a very comfortable, clean apartment with clean sheets, room service, and all them people. Though I'm very conservative with my spending. mentality is, oh, you don't need to spend all that money on an engagement ring. Whatever you think about engagement ring, we want engagement rings over here. So you could keep your comment to yourself. Oh, he don't got to spend that much. It's you ladies being so desperate that accepting that, oh, he don't need to spend that much on an engagement ring. Why not? Hmm? It's all about his mentality, ladies. So when you are dating, gathering data, you need to listen. Listen what he said. Merla says, I don't put a price on how much I spend on shoes. And guess what the Dusty said? Must be nice. Listen to men carefully when they talk. When they say stuff like, oh, that must be nice. I'm not bougie. You need to stop spending so much of your money. Oh, this is too big for me. I don't need all this. Talking about now that we're married, is it going to be more concerning for her to buy stuff he wants to save his money to put on real estate? Well, why you haven't done that, sir? Please explain to me why. Like Merla asked Pastor Cal, why should I not buy shoes? Oh, to do something else with it. She says, well, I'm already saving. Mentality, right? That mentality is, I make sure my retirement is okay, my savings is okay, my emergency account is okay, and then I'm going to put this aside to splurge a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go on a vacation. I'm going to relax, lay in the sun. Not me. I don't like the sun like that. Ladies, you need to understand the purpose of a husband. I'm going to come back and talk about that because I want you guys to really, ladies, to really understand what a husband is supposed to do in my book, 23 Tasks of Guides. When you are choosing a husband, you need to make sure he's able to do what? Profess, provide, and protect. And how many of you know GILL is not able to do none of those things for Merle? None. He's not able to profess. He's not able to provide for her on the level, at least on the level she's comfortable with, and he's not able to protect her. So when you date to gather data, pay attention to everything a man says. Oh, she's bougie. Oh, she's a diva. Oh, she's a princess. She like the finer things in life. What's wrong with the finer things in life? Oh, and by the way, you dust bunnies. Thank you, Alyssa, for sending me this picture of Merla closing on her house. Boom. In your face. In your face. Those of you talking about she's in a dingy apartment. I played that video again. That apartment was very nice. I liked her apartment. How come y'all not saying about Gil's apartment? I just want to know. You all sure ain't say nothing about his apartment. His dusty, stinky, grimy apartment. Anyways, this channel is not for dust bunnies and Vernicias and Pukishas and Thatishas. My channel is for a group of women who is taught. We don't do struggle love over here. If you have to choose between struggle love and staying by yourself, you stay by yourself. We don't do struggle love over here. So I actually laugh when they come over here and make their little sneaks, their little comments. Because this content is not for you. You don't have the capacity to receive. You just don't. So ladies in dating, open up your ears. Be judgmental. Don't be afraid This bull crap about not, I don't be judged. You better judge. This is why divorce is 50%. You know why? Because they did not judge. What does it mean to judge? Based on the information you have, you make a decision. It's sunny outside today. You judge. What do you wear? That's all judgment is. That's it. Even making 19,000, 23,000, 40,000. I didn't want no man that was making that. This job that I have now, 15, 16 years, you start out at 50, almost $50,000. Making $50,000, I didn't want the man that was making $50,000. I got to go. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to read a couple of your comments. We're going to talk about Johnny. Thank you for those comments about Johnny. And we're going to talk about Brother Johnny. Okay. I like Johnny. Johnny reminds me of myself. Let me know what you think. Are you judging wisely? Are you listening as you date? Are you walking away based on the data that you collect? Or are you trying to fix these men? I just want to know. I love you. Are you paying attention to what they say? I'm not bougie. Must be nice. Right here. Jealousy. Yes, it's very nice. Marla should have said, yes, it's very nice. She probably did, but they cut it because they're trying to paint a picture of her. Notice not one time, and I'm going to talk about that in my Choosing a Husband, did he say anything about how hard she worked to make the life she had. All he wanted her to do is to stop living her life at a place that she is comfortable with and come down in the dungeon with him. No. I don't want you living up there, Merla. Come on down here in the dirt and the dust with me. And ladies, let me tell you, when a man says you're high maintenance, it usually means it's the same thing as a man saying your standards are too high. In other words, you are not able, you don't have the capacity to be with me at the level that I'm at. So now you want me to compromise my standards for you. Absolutely not. I love you. I'm going to be back. See y'all later. Let me know what you think. Remember to pick up the naked wife. Poor Merla is the naked wife. And 23 types of guys you might meet. You gotta listen to what these men are saying. You can't overlook it. I hope Merla is collecting all the data in her head about this Dusty. And again, being a Dusty is not about how much you make. It's about your mentality. It's about your mentality. It's about what you say. It's about how you think. It's about you wanting her to compromise her standards for you. It's about you wanting her to come from Olivia and Brett, Olivia to come from the suburbs to come live in the ghetto with him. It's about this girl, this Dusty here, that I read yesterday, Ben's in the Hood. It's about him wanting her to leave the very nice protected suburbs and come down in the ghetto hood with him. That's what a Dusty is. And you need to be able to pick them out based on what they say. The moment Gil opened his mouth, I told you, oh, he cheap. And what did y'all say? Y'all was mad at me, because he's good looking. Because you're simple-minded. You're deceivable. You are simple. Read it in the book of Proverbs, okay? You don't have a guidepost. You don't have any standards. So all it takes is a good-looking man, and you're ready to spread your legs wide open. But we're going to talk about that. You have to stop being emotional and be analytical. Take it in, hear him, what he says. My book coming out very soon about the guys I dated. And honey, if y'all thought Johnny is crazy, you gonna be like, dear girl. Once he said something wrong, I was out. Once he used a knife wrong, that was it for me. Oh, child, he don't know if to use a knife and fork. Bye. Once I smell your breath and it stink, goodbye. I have to go. I love y'all. Let me know what you think. Bye.